Hello all! Today we're here for a very late August wrap-up, N.E.W.T.s wrap-up. So that's why I have my Slytherin scarf here, and yeah. Okay, so today I'm gonna show you all the books I've read in August for the N.E.W.T.s, what I thought about them, etc, etc. I've read, I think, 9 books because I finished all my N.E.W.T.s. Me. But yeah, so some really disappointed me and some were okay, so I'm gonna talk to you about all the books I've read in August. Like, I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but I'm gonna show you all the books I've read in August. And I'm super hyped and I don't know why, sorry for that, bear with me. So the first book I read was Daughter of the Pirate King. Okay, so this is basically the story of a girl who gets captured by pirates, and she's a pirate, she's a daughter of the Pirate King, blah blah blah. She does that on purpose because apparently there is a piece of a map on that boat and she needs it to please her father. I gave it 4 stars because it was fast-paced. I found the characters very interesting. I really loved everything that happened in it. I was into the story, like I read it in no time. I think I read it in 2 days. Like, I was falling asleep, so I had to stop, but I really loved all the twists, all the characters. At some point the main character was a bit annoying because she was like, I'm the best at everything, I'm the strongest, and blah 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 blah. But actually it made sense in some, I mean, no spoilers, but it made sense. So yeah, if you're looking for a fast-paced book, very fun, with a kick-ass character who is actually also smart, yeah, maybe try that one. And this is a duology, so you don't have to get invested in an entire 7-book series, if you know what I mean. Then I've read City of Glass by Cassandra Clary, which is the 3rd book in the Mortal Instruments series. I gave it 2.5 stars. I think I'm rating that book 2.5 because I'm actually having fun reading it with a group buddy read, but the characters are the worst. I don't like the characters. I don't especially like the plot. It's very annoying, it's very boring, it's very tropey, it's very cliche, it's very everything. The writing style is not the best, but I think that the world behind it is quite interesting, and the author was actually able to do lots of stuff with the world she created, you know, with the warlocks, the werewolves, the vampires, the demons, and the blah 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 blah. So I totally get why some people are really into that urban fantasy kind of series. I think I'm not, but I'm discovering it by reading it, so that's good, because more you read, more you know what you like and don't like. But yeah, so we are continuing with the series. We are actually, I mean, we just finished Clockwork Angel, but that's gonna be for next wrap-up. So yeah, we'll see, but 2.5 because I'm just having fun reading it, but not because the story was actually good or whatever. Then I've read Ariadnes by Josh Martin. This is a story of 2 girls, Ola and Jumia, who have been chosen to serve their people. So they've been trained their entire life to do some kind of trials in order to save the people, and it's really about the chosen one trope, yes, but it is differently because actually the 2 teenagers there were acting as teenagers, and they were not acting as, oh, I'm the chosen one, I'm the strongest one, oh, I hate my life, blah blah blah. They were actually really believable, which I really liked, and I really loved all the other characters in that book, like the other protagonists, and I love the twist, I love the writing style. It was really like, I was into that story and I was super curious about the world building. It was a bit confusing at the beginning because I didn't really understand where the worlds were, like when one village was compared to the other one, you know, but it was really interesting. I love the secrets behind it. I love everything. Actually, it wasn't a 5 stars because I wasn't like breathing to know what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Like, I could put the book down, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, 4 stars. Then I fell in love with A Natural History of Dragons by Mary Brennan. Oh my god. So this is a memoir. This is the story of a girl who loves dragons, who wants to study them, who is into science and biology, etc, etc. But she lives in a world way in the past where women are there just to be good wives or good daughters and to make dinner and blah 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 blah, you know, super the husband kind of thing. And she doesn't want that. She wants to be a naturalist and to study dragons, etc., etc. So she will do everything in order to achieve that. And this is a mix of, I will say, fantasy because of dragons, science because she's actually really studying the dragons. She is studying the bones and the muscles and etc., etc. But also historical fiction because she is from the past, let's say, and she's struggling with what the society expects a woman to be. So it was, oh my gosh, I felt like it was my old aunt telling me a story, telling me her past, etc. I was like into it. I couldn't put the book down. I love the writing style, and she's a bit sarcastic and sassy, etc. when she tells you stories. She's like, I'm an old woman, I can say whatever I want now, nobody's gonna stop me. So I was really into it. So, and dragons, but it was such an interesting perspective. I gave it 5 stars, a high 5 stars, and I bought the entire series over there. So yeah, I really cannot wait to dive into the sequel because, oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I loved it so much. Then another book I actually fell in love with, it is Spellslinger by Sebastian de Castel, and I really love that book. I loved the writing style, I loved the characters, I love even the animals in it, I love the magic system, even if it was a bit confusing at the very beginning, but I loved how different it was because this is actually the story of a boy who lives in a family, and they all have, like, he has a sister and they all have some kind of power and they go to school to train them, etc., etc. And one day they have to pass some kind of trial in order to get some value from the society, where they live and kind of thing. And actually his magic is fading, which is a problem because in that world, if you don't have magic, you are only allowed to become a slave kind of thing. So he doesn't want that, obviously, so he's gonna fight that. But he's not like some characters you will see in other books, like, oh, I don't have magic, oh, life sucks, oh my gosh, or on the other way, like, oh, I'm gonna prove them that it's gonna happen and blah 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 blah. He was very believable, he was relatable, I really liked him, and yeah, I really had a great time reading that book. I read it in one sitting, I think. And the writing style was so easy. It wasn't like fast-paced kind of thing, but lots of stuff happened like continually. And I really enjoyed everything. It was so different from what I've read recently, YA fantasy and the magic system, etc. So I really enjoyed it. And it was 5 stars. I don't know if I told you that. 5 stars. Then I read The Eye of the North by Sinead O'Hart. I gave it 4 stars. This is a middle grade polar fantasy. And this is a story of a girl who one day is gonna get a letter telling her that her parents disappeared. And that she has to go to Paris to some kind of hunt. And that, yeah, she has to move right now. So she's gonna go pack and blah blah blah. She's gonna take the boat and some stuff are going to happen on the boat. Some people are looking for her because apparently her parents were working on some kind of super secret thing with a monster that's hidden in Greenland. So yeah, on the boat she's gonna meet someone and that boy's name is Thing, which is just adorable. I don't know why. And they're gonna become friends, and yeah, they're gonna get separated at one point, and the whole thing is about will they meet on time in Greenland in order to save the people, in order to see what the monster is about kind of thing. So I'm not gonna say more because spoilers, but I really loved the atmosphere. It was super cute, it was fast-paced, I love the characters, it wasn't tropey or cliche, it wasn't too childish, etc. I don't know how to say, it was warm. I felt like it was a warm read, so I really enjoyed it. So yeah. Then I read Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. I gave it 3 stars at the beginning, then 2 stars, so it's 2.5 kind of thing. I was so disappointed in that book. From what I understood, it was supposed to be a dark retelling of The Little Mermaid, but from Ursula's point of view. And actually, it was kind of the case, but I felt like it didn't give you any more information. Like, it was exactly the same retelling as you would have read as the original story. Oh my gosh, that doesn't make any sense. For me, it wasn't a real retelling, it was just telling you a story of Ursula. Like, it wasn't anything special, it was what you would have expected. Like, if I tell you, oh, tell me the story of the Little Mermaid, but from Ursula's point of view, I'm pretty sure you will get it right, like you will get exactly what's in there. So I didn't find anything original from that book. I felt like this one was the introduction to the sequel, because there is a sequel and apparently everything is happening in the sequel, which is kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's okay, because sometimes retellings you need like a proper setup or background or whatever, but why don't you do just a one chunky book, you know what I mean, like a chunkier book? People read Priory of the Orange Tree or whatever, so why wouldn't they read a chunky like retelling kind of thing? So very disappointed. I found the characters very boring. Nothing was interesting. The twists were so predictable. It was cliche, and the princess of, I don't know, I was so disappointed. I finished it, so 2 stars, but I see the potential in it. I mean, I saw it, but maybe in the sequel, I don't know. So yeah. Then I read God's Grave by J. Christoph. I gave it 4 stars. You probably know what it is about. In the first book, we follow Mia, who goes to a specific school, like Redford, blah, 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 in order to become the best assassin ever, blah, 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 blah. The first book was a 3 stars for me, because I apparently hate assassins. I have something with assassins. I don't like them. That's probably one of the reasons why I hate Throne of Glass. I didn't hate the first book, like Nevernight by J. Christoph, because the writing style was so good. I love the characters, I love the plot and the twists, etc. I just have an issue with the main character. Like, I had an issue with Mia being an assassin and all the others as well, because they have that kind of behavior, like, I'm capable of everything, I can kill anyone I want, and blah 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 blah. This is the kind of thing I don't like in books. So yeah. The sequel was so much better, because I didn't feel like she was trying to become an assassin. She was herself, and she was doing stuff she needed to be done. I'm not gonna say more because this is a sequel, so spoilers, but it was so much better than the first one. And don't forget, this is an adult book. In case you don't know, this is not a YA book, so yeah. And the last book I've read is In the Nightwood by Dale Bailey. This is so different from what I was expecting. This is a story of a couple who is moving from the States to England because they lost their kid, and so they're mourning kind of thing, but also the woman actually inherited of the house, so they're going there, and apparently there is a lot of secrets around that house, whatever, because of the wood around it. And so the guy is actually searching because he wants to study some kind of book, he wants background stories, etc., because he's some kind of writer. And she is actually really in depression because of the loss of her kid, and she doesn't leave her bed, and she's like all the time taking some medication, and it's getting at that point where it's dangerous, and they're gonna start to hear things, to see things that shouldn't be happening kind of thing. And it is like, when I started that book, I thought that it was actually a YA. This is an adult book. The way it is written, I felt like it was going to be a horror book, but the atmosphere is actually dark, let's say, but nothing horror is gonna happen. It is really the depression journey, the mourning journey that is described in that book. So it wasn't what I was expecting, but I loved it very much. I gave it 4 stars because it was really not entertaining, that's not that, but it really gripped me, but I missed something to give it 5 stars. But it was really interesting, really different. It was really like, yeah, the journey of someone who's mourning a kid. This is really how to summarize that book. It was so well done, so well done. So yes, this and all the ebooks I've read, this is all I've read in August. So overall, I think I had a great month. I'm happy with my reading month because 9 books is awesome, especially because I was sick 2 weeks, so that's good. But yeah, let me know how you did, if you did your nudes, or let me know what was your August favorite read. I will be curious. Mine will be probably, yeah, A Natural History of Dragons. I just fell in love with that book. But yeah, well, so that's the end of this wrap-up. I feel like all my wrap-ups are super late, but whatever, what can I do? Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be a part of the pack. Talk to me in the comment section as usual. And until next time, take care, wolves. Bye. Go Slytherin!